Hi everyone and welcome to Info Network. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and God bless you. Why we cannot expose Boko Haram sponsors, Nigerian Army. The Nigerian Army has said it is not their duty to expose those sponsoring Boko Haram in the country. Coordinator of Defense Media Operations John Eneche stated this at a media briefing on Thursday. Eneche admitted that the army knows that some criminal groups have heavy financial backing, but its major task is to fight terrorism and other criminality. He explained that the National Intelligence Agency and the Department of State Service were responsible for revealing the sponsors. It is not the duty of the military to uncover the sponsors. Our duty is to remain in the front line and defeat terrorism and other criminality, and that is what we are doing. We have the National Intelligence Agency and the Department of State Security. It is their responsibility to gather intelligence on the sponsors of the terrorists and not the military, NHA maintained. So, guys, based on what is happening now, you would know that this country is a total mess. How can people that are fighting, saying that they are fighting terrorists or terrorism or criminality in our country, are the ones now saying all these things? It is not your duty to expose those that are sponsoring Boko Haram. But if you know those people that are sponsoring the Boko Haram people, you expose them. It will be a great gratitude, or it will be a great one to your organization, to you, to the army. If the army knows about the people sponsoring these Boko Haram people, they should just say it out. Okay, it's like they derive joy in seeing their own, to seeing them, their army, their colleague die in the hands of this Boko Haram. So if you know the people that are sponsoring this Boko Haram, that sponsor, you say it without even waiting for the people that are meant to fish them out to say it, for your own good and for the betterment of the country, Nigeria. And according to the statement that is being made here by Nature, he said, our duty is to remain in the front line and defeat terrorism and other criminality, and that is what we are doing. How can you be in the front line in defeating terrorism and criminality without going to the deep or the depths of this criminality and terrorism? Without the sponsors, without people sponsoring them, without those people sponsoring this Boko Haram, there won't be any terrorists and there won't be any criminal in the country. So for you to fight this terrorism and criminality in the country, you have to get to the root of it and uproot it by the root, by exposing these sponsors, by dealing with them accordingly, according to the law. That's when you will be able to fight this terrorism and criminality, as you said. But taking it by the head without going to the roots is not going to work. It's just pouring water on the rock. It won't sink. It will not at all, it won't. And we know we have the National Intelligence Agency and the DSS that are meant to be doing that. But if they are not capable of handling such, and you guys have the source, or you people know the sponsors, do it. You guys should work hand in hand and get this thing done. And that is their responsibility. This is what they are meant to do, but they have not done it and they are not doing it well. If you can do it and you know the sponsors, why can't you say it? Why can't you people work hand in hand and fish these people out? Unless you people are deriving joy in seeing the citizens and the army and other people dying in the hands of these terrorists, dying in the hands of these people that are killing us, dying in the hands of people that are destroying the lives of their own. Why can't you just do it? Yes, it's the DSS and NIA is their work, but since they are not capable of handling this, and you guys think that you know the sponsors of this Boko Haram, why can't you do it? You do it and save the lives of the people, because all these people are working. Their main goal in this country is to fight against terrorists, is to fight against criminality in the country. If one of these people or departments are not doing it well, if the state security is not doing it well, and if the NIA is not doing it well, other ones that are doing it should do it properly, because all of you are working at the goal of everything is at the end is to bring these people to book, is to fight against terrorists, is to fight against these Boko Haram people that are terrorizing the country. So, saying that the Nigerian army is not their duty to expose those sponsoring Boko Haram in the country, meaning that you people do not, you people are not taking your job serious. You people are not taking the lives and properties of the citizens serious. You people are enjoying and deriving joy in the killing of the Nigerians in this country. So, guys, let's check some reactions that we have here. Let's check some people's reactions, what they have to say on this issue at hand. This person said it's one of his source of income. Then, why will he disclose them? Nigeria is Nigeria. We will live together and die together. I have here is those of you in the army that are playing with people's lives in Nigeria. God will judge all of you. All of you will pay the price on a very good day. This person says, in other words, they know the sponsors. I have here is it's like exposing the sponsors is hard than the fight itself. I wonder. This person says, so after do long a time, they have not deemed it fit to consider a change of approach and go after all interests invested in this senseless killing. I have here is I don't know if the position of the army can be agreed with. Government does not function in a segregated manner. All agencies function in harmony and not in exclusion of others. Army intelligence is part of the intelligence community. The military has a responsibility to share intel with responsible agencies like the NIA and DSS. The statement by the army is not convincing. We are talking of national security, an invasion of our nation's territory, and murder of Nigeria's civilians here. This person said, this is just obvious that this country will not move forward. If the military derive pleasure in fighting insurgents in the country with fighting the sponsor too, I think military has failed us and service chief. Here says, I don't know we can win the game without exposing the people behind it. Thanks. Here says Nigeria is just a joker, so terrorism has come to stay in Nigeria, and those who are responsible to expose the sponsors may not even be in a mood to expose them. God is watching. I have here is the military top leadership and Major General Buhari retired kitchen cabinet are complicit. That is why they can't expose anyone. I have here is my people. You want what we have been saying for a long time has come to pass. Why military refused to call the names of Boko Haram sponsors? It's very simple. We need before you start to confess. Tell us the Hajias, Emirs in the country that are sponsoring bloodsuckers just because it has got to their neck. That's why you people opened up. Nemesis will catch up with you all for wasting the blood of innocent souls, because if you are a well-trained soldier, the first thing is to go to the sponsor and get them arrested. But you people look the other way because they are from born to rule part of the country. We no be pikin jaw. Here says, Mohammed Usma, you lie. This is your so-called North who need power. That is why they bring Boko Haram to destroy GEJ regime. Now it's turning back on them. The evil that men do live with them and their children. This is just the beginning. Here says, if it is true, you guys know the sponsors of that deadly group, but you cannot expose them because it's not your duty to do so. While the country is upside down, they keep on killing your boys daily. And the way and manner Nigerian army treated Brigadier General Hakim Otike then, I can say that this country is spoilt beyond correction. And here says bunch of idiots in Nigerian army, DSS and NIA, foolish cows, all of them. Here says if the National Intelligence Agency, the Department of State Security and the military knows the sponsor of Boko Haram and they are reluctant to expose them, as I can deduce from this statement from the army, that this country is truly miserable and good for nothing, but to be onboarded into smaller federation that the people that got sense can manage their own security without compromise with animals. Here says, may God Almighty punish you, sir. Who are the Boko Haram? Definitely you are one of them. The so-called chief of army forces that lies day and night. You see, we are not fools. A day is coming that you will also get killed brutally. God knows how to handle every one of you in a second. We shall, what will become of you? You wasted the innocent blood, yet you still have a God to talk freely. Ah, 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 ah. Okay. Here says, may God don't meant to punish you, sir. Who the Boko Haram? Okay. Here says, only God can deliver us in the miserable country. Just look at what human being is stating. If this is true, is Nigeria not tell? God, please come to our aid. Here says, if all the security agency will fold there and keep watching the animals, the criminals who are responsible towards sponsoring Boko Haram. That means you guys are wasting the country resources. If you really know who are these criminals, please kindly expose them to the entire world to know not to keep quiet. Here says, I pity our young youths. The government sent to war front to go and die, while their children are enjoying air condition and driving the latest cars in foreign countries with our tax money. Since you already know the sponsors, why not inform the police to arrest them if SARS are not doing anything serious about it? Buratai, you are a suspect number one. Then Buhari comes second. God must surely pay you back with the number of people you have killed. Here says, but quick to arrest anyone for peaceful protest or just going about his lawful business, while the sponsor of terror are giving police escort. Here says, if he's American, those sponsors would have been secretly eliminated, but our first men will be dining and protecting criminals and fraudsters. Here says, the reason why you cannot uncover their sponsor is that the sponsor is between your people, the service chiefs, and commander in charge. Here says, the sponsors of Boko Haram, number one, Buhari, number two, Buratai, and all service chiefs with some northern influential personality. Here says, child, this country is finished. So just imagine that terrorism can't be defeated in this country. Okay guys, so what's your opinion on this? What's your take on this? Kindly drop your comment on the comment section, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and God bless you.